Hello and welcome to the step-by-step to get to run our little project right here. Um, so the first thing I want to prompt you guys towards is our GitHub repo. So our GitHub repo would be the following. It's included on the links, but I'm just gonna show you really quick here how it looks like. It's called the Nextcloud iOS. We actually forked this repo from Marian Virginia. This would be their project, and our GitHub repo, the latest branch would be theming Nextcloud. The other two branches might be deleted afterwards, but they might not because we also worked a lot on those branches, and we just wanted to make sure that everybody kind of knew what everybody was working on. So this is how you would go about to cloning a project. You would just copy this right here, and then we can just clone it in here. I'm gonna do step by step. I can't do the whole thing because it would be very hard, but I already have the project up and running, as you can see in here. So I'm just gonna guide you how to get to the screen right here. Cool? Alrighty. The first thing we need to do is download. Well, the first thing you're gonna do is clone it again where you want the project. So you would do cd example. Let's just say you want to clone it on your desktop, right? Oops, sorry, my bad. Let's just say the first thing you want to do is just clone the project in your desktop. You would do cd desktop, and then you would promptly just do git clone, right? And you will copy the link that I just gave you right here that you obtain right here. You click on enter and you will clone it. I'm not gonna clone it because I already did, and it would just interfere a lot with what I have going on in my computer. But that's the first step that you would do, right? The second step would be downloading a Cartage dependency, right? So the link would be, I have the link already submitted in here. All the steps to run your project will be in here. Let me just go on installation guide MD. Here are all the links that you need, and I'm just gonna go and reference this right now. So again, I'm just seeing here that we forked from this, and this would be our GitHub repo, like I previously explained. Then the first thing would be to get the download the Cartage packages. So the first thing that you do, it's just we're gonna open the browser link right here. Again, you would just Google. You can also Google just like Cartage packages, and then you will go in here to the park a Cartage PNQ, and you would download that right now, right? So I'm not gonna download it again because I already have it downloaded. As soon as you have that downloaded on your computer, the next step would be to install Brew in your computer, right? I have the list of commands in here that you would do. I don't know why it's looking so funky like this, but I'll fix it. The first thing that you would do after you install would be to run this code right here. This would be where you have all of where you're CDing to your project. So that will be the first thing that you do. You run this, right? I'm just gonna run it. And then it might ask you for your password, so you just enter your little password right here. Yeah, and then it would tell you, oh, this is what will be installed, yada yada yada. The first thing that you would do is, okay, you would click on enter so it can do it for you. This is it doing it for you. I'm just installing it, even though I already have it, but just to show you guys. You have to give it a quick second. And cool, this is saying that it already installed. The next thing that you would do is that you want to run the Cartage that you just installed in your computer. So you would do brew install Cartage, which is right here. Brew install Cartage, right? You just click on that. Brew install Cartage. So again, I already have it installed, right? So that's why I'm not doing it. But that will be if I want to reinstall it. The other thing that you would do right now, so all these comments that I told you, you can just run it on your computer, on your desktop. Let's say that, for example, you put your project in your desktop but in a folder, so like I did. So for example, I put it in my desktop, but then I put it in Fall 23. I put it in CD I think I call it Capstone 2. Yeah. And then I put it in a thing called Nextcloud project, and then I did another CD and I have it in Nextcloud iOS. Cool. So now you will go and CD into your project, correct? And after you are there, you're gonna run a few of those little things, a few of the, what do you call it? A few of this following things that we have right here. I'm gonna upload this link also as well here. This will be our Trello board that we use, and this is how I figured out how to run our project. So the first thing that we need to do when we are CD into our project will be do again the brew install. Right, let's just run it right here. Again, you might probably see that I already have it, so I won't do that. Then after you do that, you would do brew link cartage. Right, we're running it right now. It's already linked. Then you would do, of course, brew link override changes, and then I already have it. And then the last but not least is kind of like installing the XC frameworks for iOS. That would be like our most important stuff. It's downloading it, it's rebuilding it. You probably say that I already have it. We're just gonna give it a quick second. It's downloading it, it's doing its little thing. Just give it a second. This might take a little while. Just want to promptly say that this that I have right here is exactly the same thing that I have right here. Again, I'll just upload it because maybe it's more visible this way. But yeah, still running it. So this is very important. It's like doing something to the view controller, like the passcode view controller. Cool beans. So I already did that. After we did the steps, you might go back to your project and you'll see that some of the errors that when you clone the project went away, but we might still have another one that is missing, and that would be because we're missing a file on our project. So then you will go into here to download that file that we are needing. Wait a second. Okay, I'll fix that link later. So this will be the file, but it looks very weird when you see it right here, like that. So you can click on raw. This is how it looks. But then again, you want to just download the file. So you will click on here, download raw file, right? I already have it, so I'm not gonna download it again because it was just gonna coexist with what I already have. But you download the file, and basically I'm gonna show you how it looks. This is my project. Again, I'm just opening it so you see where you have to drop it off. This is where you drop it off. You just drop it off inside of your project. It doesn't matter, as you can see in here, it doesn't matter where it's at. It just needs to be dropped off in here so it can fetch what is in here in order for application to work. After you have fetched that and you already downloaded that, the next step that you're gonna do is that we're gonna go into Xcode. Let me bring it up really quick. And after we go on Xcode, let me just pull up the... I'm gonna pull up right here what I was referencing right now. Cool beans. Okay. So after we did that, what we're gonna do... Oh, very important. I didn't mention it. I knew I was missing something. When you go in here, you need to rename it because this has a different name, and you need to rename it specifically to Google Service -info and then the PL list, right? That was what I was missing. After we done that, we need to come in here to Xcode, and after we are in Xcode, we're just gonna go on Xcode settings. So you need to go here, Xcode settings. And then we are going to go to where it says source control, if I remember this correctly. No, I'm sorry, locations. We're going to locations, And then I already have it, but you would need to enable your command line tools. So you will go here to command line tools, you will click on here, you press enter, and you might be prompted to put in your login credentials, like your computer login information, and then you'll just click on enter. After that, I won't have to do it because again I already have this running. And then you see like a message saying like it successfully did it for you. I'm just gonna close this really quick. That will be our last step right there. Then you're gonna go back to your terminal, which we have right here. And then you're gonna go back to your terminal, and inside your project you're going to run this very important link, which will finalize these instructions. It will be Cartage update cache builds, and it will be installing in that clean update of Cartage the XZ frameworks. And after you do that, again, I already have this up and running in my project. You see, that's why it's skipping and all of that. And then you should be good to run your project like this, exactly like this. It might take a little while to build and just fetch everything, but you should be able to run it without any issues. Again, mine was already running perfectly fine because I already have done this step several times. But these steps should get you to this clean code without any errors at all. I'm just gonna wait for it to run, to build successfully, so I can end this video. There you go, build successful. And then of course it will prompt to your little simulator, which is building right here, but this takes a while. So this will conclude our presentation to how to get set up with our project. I hope you guys were able to understand everything, and thank you very much.